Hey, it's Brian Mudd. This is my cheat sheet for Thursday, October 18th. Housing starts hit a 4-year high last month, and you probably heard some of that information yesterday. Yeah, it is a bigger story about the recovery that is underway in housing. This has been the best performing aspect of our economy in 2012, housing. And as inventory levels around the country have gotten down to normal levels, in some cases, like in our area, it's actually a seller's market now. You see, parity is 6 months worth of real estate inventory. Anything below that becomes a seller's market. Throughout parts of Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast, we've seen anywhere from 2 to about 5 months worth of inventory. And so you're likely to see some new construction in some of the areas around us where that's possible. But there's a bigger picture of this whole housing situation that comes into play with new home construction. We probably know many people, or maybe even ourselves, the people worked in our area that were doing something related to housing and the economic impact of it. Housing was such a big part of our economy. Everybody from during the boom, the people who actually made the homes, the people who made appliances for the homes, people who put roofs on the homes, and just all those different jobs. Then you've got the insurance companies. Then you've got the companies that come in and create the infrastructure for the communities. You've got the people that service the communities. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. You got the financing and the banking. So you put it all together, and the average new home that is constructed creates 3 new jobs in this country. So that's pretty significant. If we can sustain a strong level of new home construction, and if there's demand for it, not only will the pricing be stable rather than seeing spikes up, because as the housing recovery continues and inventory just shrinks and shrinks and shrinks, we've seen some spikes in pricing, including 15% year-over-year increases. But the bigger thing is the job situation, and actually maybe getting a lot of people that have been in some of the housing-related industries that just have been trying to get by the past several years back into the workforce. All right, something new to consider texting while driving. I mean, of course, texting while driving is not a great idea, but just how serious is it actually? New research shows that you are 23 times, 2,300% more likely to get in an accident, cause one, if you're texting while driving. That alone should be rather alarming. But there's even more to it. Let's say that you don't necessarily cause an accident. Let's just say that maybe you get ticketed for texting while driving, or somehow or another the insurance company finds out that you're texting while driving. Well, insurance companies are now seriously looking into and considering people who text while they drive, and they are going to use that as one of the formulas to drive up insurance rates. For example, you might get a really bad speeding ticket, and it's potentially not going to affect your insurance rates near as much as a citation for texting while driving, because of that great increased risk of causing an automobile accident. All right, banking fees. Wanted to touch on this again. Here's the update. Banking fees continue to go on the rise. I've been talking about this over the past few years, what to do. Now 41% of all people, 41% of all of us that use banks are paying fees every month, almost half. And on top of that, you got about 9% right now that are paying more than $10 a month on average in fees. It should not be this way. I'm going to make a recommendation here, and yes, I have been, and I am on occasion, a paid endorser of Trustco Bank. But honestly, I was an investor of Trustco before they opened a bank in our area. They got a couple. I got one on the Treasure Coast, one in northern Palm Beach County. They're going to continue to expand. But the biggest thing about Trustco Bank, they do not offer the fees. In fact, you get things like free interest checking and such. I know this sounds like a commercial, but I'm telling you just flat out, because I say, look for banks that don't charge you these fees, and then I get a lot of response from people saying, okay, what banks? And I understand that it's hard to find them all. So Trustco Bank is the one that I recommend most highly to avoid fees and actually still get things like free interest checking. So anyway, in Google, if you are considering the purchase of an Android mobile device, might I suggest you wait about 11 days. Google on October 29th is going to announce a multi-platform event and roll out tons of new products with the Android operating system, tablets, smartphones, and who knows, maybe they have something else up their sleeve, but across many different manufacturers. So you might as well wait and see what they're going to offer up. Might be something much cooler than what's in the marketplace right now. That's the cheat sheet for today. Enjoy yours, and we shall see you tomorrow.